guys, it's Amy and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I really do appreciate it when you come to spend time with me. Today I'm going to work on reorganizing my yarn stash. I've got quite a few holes that I've worked into it from using in projects that I've shown you, as well as I like to go through and pull out what I call a nod, which is next on deck, kind of a baseball term. Woo-hoo. And that just means that I have an idea for a pattern with that yarn and I put it off to the side so that I know that in future reference that yarn is already spoken for. So it may not be a project bag, in that I've started that project already, but I call it a nod. That's just my own personal thing. Next on deck. So I've got a few nods pulled out, and the rest of my work over the last months and months have cleared out some holes here. I'd like to clear out maybe one entire bookshelf of the two. This one here just has some scraps from some Karen donuts, so those will get paired with the yarn itself over here somewhere. So I know that I've got at least this bottom shelf that's going to be cleared, and then the rest of it can kind of share new cubbies. We'll get some new roommates with everybody and everybody be happy. So hopefully I'll have one whole shelf cleared off at the end of the video. Okay, we've got ourselves an empty shelf to start working with. Yay! And here's what my table looks like. So all of my different variegateds are here. This is, I think I was determining, I think I came up with, this is the Red Heart Super Saver Ogo. And you can see why that was the worst yarn I think I ever worked with. I hated that. So here's the cake of what's left with that. See how splitty it is? It was horrible. Anyway, so just some different colored variegated cakes that I've got left. That's almost a whole skein of that antique, that maroon and brown. I love that one. These are some Lion Brand Pound of Loves that I've been trying just to work on for years and years and years, and I still have a whole skein plus some. Never too much green though, right? That's not a true statement. I have too much green. So some different, Red Heart Super Savers. That one's called Patty Green. This one was Mill's Ends, or whatever they call those, Mill Ends. And one of these, I think this is what that came from. So I've got some more of this over here in this maroonish color. So maybe I'll think about getting those guys put together, because again, I'm really kind of big on keeping brands together because then I know it goes together. Some still working on some sweet rolls in that mint green, those beautiful green colors. Just some mixes and matches, some clearance Red Heart with Love that I got so many years ago. $1.50. Love that. A whole bunch of Vanna's Love. I mean Vanna's Choice. I love it. This one's really nice. Let me come out of the sun. This one's really nice in these browns and beige. It's not really beige. Brown, black, gray. But it's really, really dark. What's the colorway on it? Let's see. Woods print. So it's really pretty in person, but I've made a couple of hats with it and you kind of lose any pattern. It's just really dark, so that'll take something specific. Bunch of purples. I've got this really pretty rust color. Oh, it's even called rust. That's so funny. Still a bunch of green to work on. I was doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hats for my niece Kayla. Hello, Kayla. And so that was a perfect green for that. Found some of this Vanna's Choice Baby. That was interesting. So here's all my Just yarn still. I've got that purple, and then I've got all that mint, just a little bit of yellow and a little bit of the orange left. So a couple of little pieces of this and that. This is all of my bulky, or my 5 or my 6 from before that are just kind of remnants. This was such a fun project to make. I'll try to insert a picture if I remember to. Jordan and Lauren, I made for your sweet little Everett that little fox towel hoodie thing, and that's some leftover from that. And then I still have some down here, which is some Red Heart Super Saver in this wonderful kind of, you have to love it or hate it, right? What's the colorway name? Bright yellow. I got it on super clearance, And I was making my baskets like crazy when I bought this. I bought 2 of these. It's kind of a neon. This is not giving you the direct the right color. It's kind of a weird yellow. I like it. It's just weird enough to fit my nature. And then just some skeins. Here's that. I bought 3 of these in the blue, so I'm down to working on 2 of those. And then I also got it in 3 different brown colors. This really light beige, and then this middle one, and then a dark one here. And I actually made a blanket for my grandbaby, or grandma and grandpa on the other side, for Christmas. So this was some tweed that I never thought I would use, and one of you suggested, I'm sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head who it was, and I made a hat and I loved it. So I think there's enough for another hat there. And then everybody just needs some black and gray. These colors aren't picking up very well. This was the my first. I love this yarn, regular worsted weight. I've got 3 of those, and I worked up a hat. I'll show you at some point out of that. So yeah, so all of that has to find a way into here and here somehow. I really, really hope that I can maneuver the rest of this so that I can keep that one completely clean. So I'll get back to work now. Empty shelf dance, empty shelf dance. So this is all that I have left. I don't know if I want to make some more wild cakes from it. Some of these are a pretty good amount. This is a pretty good amount. This is a pretty good amount. This is almost a full skein here. That together will probably be a pretty good amount. So I'll see what I've got left. Little bits and pieces. But here we go. You know, those were such great wild cakes. I might do that again, but nothing changed for my hanks. And I took out that board that separates this section like this, and I went ahead and put all of my Ogos together, not just my Ogos, but my Karen Big Cakes with my Karen Big Donuts. I didn't realize I still had so much Bernat Pop, so there's a full cake of the hot chocolate, and then I think this one down at the bottom is called Lipstick on Your Collar, and some more goodies up there. Brought my Karen cakes back off of the other shelf to put them here together, so those are all together. I've got some Karen Painterly cakes that were new and not really in the view of my backdrop, as you will. So I kind of kept all my cotton blends together, and I just kind of flipped them from, they were over on this side, and I moved them over to this side so that I can see all I've got again in a new view. This Bernat Forever fleece is polyester. It doesn't really go with anything, so it's just kind of sitting over there. I was really tired of all this cotton behind my head, so I moved it here. That'll be a summer or a spring shirt for sure. I want to make a top out of that. And then a bunch of just crazy skeins, both the Basic Stitch Anti-Pilling from Lion Brand, and then some impeccable speckle stripes from Loops and Threads. I pulled my anniversary cakes up top. They were up on top of one of the bookshelves, and I brought them down into view. I put all my older Big Twist stuff together that I just love so much. Some is Chunky, some is Sincerely, and then those yellows and orange, those solid colors are called Premium, but they don't make them anymore. So then here were some baby colors. I've got the 3s over there, and then my Chunkies here, and some Frosty Sweet Rolls left over. And then this multicolor bulky one, where am I? Right here. Those are all just 5s and 6s, remnants of bulky stuff that I'll probably put together for its own craziness at some point. I had some different blues here. This was from a Mary Maxim mystery bag, and then these were just some clearance ones that were all by themselves, so those are all together. These are some browns and blues. You know, again, I got like these bags here of like they were mill ends or something, and they came 4 to a bag, so I had a couple of blues, and then I had 3 different shades of brown, you know, tan, brown, and taupe, whatever. So I'm down to just a few of those. I had 4 different colors, and I had 6 or 10 of each of those, so I got a whole bunch of those worked through. So not very much left. This bottom corner is just kind of a whatever. I've got some cotton cones, just some plain white, and then this was an Ogo that was on clearance for 50 cents is what I got that for. So not looking too bad. Oh yeah, this one was always hiding. These are all my Simply Softs and Silky Shinies. These were some that I got this year that I don't know what to do with, but they kind of feel the same, so I'll put them in that category. A little bit of landscape left over that I didn't know what else to do with. And then this Patents was my most favorite, my very first Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree find of yarn, and I just love it. I've got a partial skein left back there and then that full skein. So I'm loving the new look. I really think that it nicely, you know, jumbled my stuff up a little bit so that I could see it better. You know, some people, and even a different Amy, might put this in such a way so that they were stacked nicely, but I really wanted to see all of the different colorways. So they're all sitting at different, you know, rotations of the turn to see the different colorways and stuff. So, so then over here this is all the Just yarn that I've got left. I actually don't have enough to do a cardigan in the maroon here, the burgundy, like I thought I wanted to. I think I've only got about 6 skeins of that, so we'll have to work on something else. But then that whole back area is filled with this mint. I've got so much of that mint, I've got to find a way to use it. Kind of kept all my greens together since there's so many. And then the Vanna's Choice kind of went with that because I got a lot of that green. So then the rest of this is all kind of Vanna's. This is just a Red Heart Super Saver, but I like the way that it went with this. So I wanted to hold it together because I think that'll go together really well. Well, both of the colors are bleeding out the same, but neither one of those are true colors, but you can see how that one matches. And then these are some Red Heart with Love that just were sitting with the Vanna over there. I kind of didn't know what else to do with them. And then last but not least is this shelf, and that's just everything that was left over except what I showed you on the table. So I've got some you know, big solid color, crazy, what am I going to do with it there? That tweed is all by itself. This is some shiny metallic stuff I got last year, my single skein that I can't wait to use from my Hobby Lobby clearance this year. And then this is Hirschner's, and it is the scratchiest, most hard, yucky feeling acrylic I've ever seen, I think. So I used that on some little stars for a little decoration for 4th of July, and that's all that I've done with it. This was another skein of it. It doesn't feel nearly as harsh. Whoops, avalanche. And it's just such pretty colors. I said this is like the epitome of an Amy skein because I just love that color so much. And Hirschner's are always so good because they give you that easy pull. You never have to dig for your start of your yarn. So, and then, so my books will still fit on here. And then this one is completely empty. So I can put project bags or things that I'm working on just out of the way so that my shelves are used as shelves instead of totes being used for shelves. And then I just still have all my threads up there. I didn't know what else to do with those because they're fine where they're at for now. So, well, that sure was a lot of fun. I am so glad I got that taken care of. It was kind of nipping in the back of my brain for a little while, and I'm so happy that I finally got that taken care of. I hope you had a good time sitting with me today. I hope maybe you're inspired to take care of your own yarn stash if it's a little bit out of control and you need to spend some time in there. I hope I have motivated you to do so. Have a wonderfully blessed day, and I hope you'll come back and see me again. Thank you. Bye-bye.